Hey guys, this is Stacy from My Junk Heart Life. We are going to go in Goodwill just for a quick trip and see if we can find anything worth flipping. Let's go see what they got. I first decide to head toward the shoes and see if there's anything that looks good. I'm not very knowledgeable about the shoe brands, but I like to look anyway. Those are Timberlands and they were overpriced. Looking at some tennis shoes, which are also priced $10. Our shoes at our Goodwills here in Arkansas are $6 a pair, typically. I see those Mickey Mouse shoes, and I think they would be the hit of the party if you're a Disney lover. I actually carried them around for a while and then decided against getting them because I already have too many shoes to list, and those are not huge money makers, so I left them there. Take a little glance at the men's shoes. The bright yellow ones are getting my attention. I do run the comps for those while I'm there. They are definitely not worth it. I should have checked the Tevas. I know they sell this time of the year. And these look very good quality, and they certainly thought they were at their price, but they did not have the exact shoes listed, and they did not have comps on them. While I'm in this area, I go on over to look at the hats. The hats are $1 here, and I've found some really good deals. Really good hats. The one that caught my eye was that little straw hat with the black pom-poms, and it's from Dollar General, so I did not get it. And then I think it's odd that there are 2 blue clown wigs here. Actually, there's 3. I found one in the miscellaneous shelf later in this trip. I just like that combination of colors and patterns, so I was checking it out. If I'd seen that Will and Grace bag, I would have grabbed it. It's funny, the stuff you see looking back at the videos. I don't think I even knew this place had a restroom until I looked at this video. Not finding anything in these piles. I spot a small clutch by Bobby Jerome. It is obviously vintage. There were some of them that had sold, but they were much larger. There were only 2 that had sold, none listed for sale. I decided not to pick it up. Now this was interesting. This is an old leather bag. They really thought it was interesting too because they had the price jacked up. I kept looking at it, hoping to find a Filson tag or some other mark. They wanted nearly $13 for it. I decided against getting it. I'd be interested if anybody would pick it up, what they would ask for it. I glance through the rest of the purses. I don't find much interesting. One last glance at the shoes because I spot something I think is wonderful. Look at those. They are in such great condition. Let's see what kind they are. What's the brand? Well, isn't that fancy? Kato shoes. No, thank you. I did not buy those for resale and was disappointed in my style. Now, the Dr. Scholl's that were there, I probably could have bought those and made a nice profit. Sometimes I'm not sure why I choose the things I do choose. I spot those chairs at the end of this aisle, and I think they're pretty groovy, but they're also in poor condition, so I do not inspect them anymore. Checking out the pictures in case anything catches my eye. It's pretty bare in the picture department. A lot of empty frames. I glance at the books, always looking for Stephen King or sets of any kind. Don't. And now I'm to the part of my shopping trip that I think is the fun part. I spot these UNESCO Growing Up Birthday Girls and decided to check them out. They were ranging in prices from $121 to I think $292. I had to line them all up to see if I had a complete set, but I did not. I think I could still lot them up and make a pretty good profit. And all of a sudden, I spot my guardian angel. I really think that must be what my guardian angel feels like. There is a musical figurine, but it's missing the little knob to turn it, so I could not get it to work, so I left it there. And there's a really cute kitty cat, but he has a little chip on his ear, so I had to leave him there too. Then I spot something that is 101 Dalmatians. I can't quite figure out what it is, but I think a Disney lover would enjoy it. This is an interesting piece, but they were wanting $9 for it. It was very heavy. I kind of wonder if I should have bought it, but I did not. And here is a Russ Tooth Fairy Keepsake box. It was very good quality and quite heavy. I did not buy it because it only sells for about $10 on eBay. Now I see this copper pot. Is that an urn, as in a cremation urn? I've got no clue. However, I did open it up and there were no ashes inside. Now it's time to take a look at the pots and pans. The first thing I spot is an enamel mixing bowl that I think I'll get for myself. However, I put it back before the end of the trip because there's some gunk in some of the crevices that I decided I did not want to have to deal with. So I keep looking, and I see some copper bottom pans. So I take a look at these. They are Echoware. If these pots had had their lids, they would have been worth to pick up. However, I could not find lids for them, so I left them on the shelf. I see a silver-looking clamp that intrigues me. It is from foreverlast.com. I looked the place up, and it is a hunting and fishing site. I have no idea what that clamp is, but it was interesting. Here is a French coffee press. I also checked those comps. They sell new for $15 to $20. Checking out the bigger things, that Flex Brew caught my eye. As did this espresso machine. Spoiler alert, I bought it, took it home, and it's missing at least 2 parts. I'm going to do something I've never done and return it to Goodwill. I always like to take a glance at the mugs. I don't like shipping them, so I usually do not buy them. I have bought a Tiffany mug before. That was pretty exciting. Looking at the games, there are no vintage games there, so I'm really not interested. The other shelf is even emptier with no vintage games on them as well. And then there is the plush, my favorite aisle. Take a little glance around. I'm looking for vintage or for big new with tag things. Now this bear was in there last week when I was there. He's new with tags, but he is vintage. I looked him up last week. I don't remember the comps, but he was not worth it. They're asking $8 for that bear. So he's staying behind. And here is a little Russ Berry bear. He called Deegan. He was cute, but his eyes kind of messed up, so I did not get him. There's so many bunnies there since it is after Easter. Finally found something fun. There's a bear with a Jurassic Park shirt. The back of his shirt is Universal Studios. Here's another fun find. It's a very large leopard by Kelly Toy. He is in great shape. I'm always so intent on going through these plush that I think some kids were scared to come down the aisle while I'm looking. 2 kids stood off to the side and didn't come down the aisle. I tried to smile at them, but obviously had a mask on, so it didn't work. I like to glance at the golf clubs just in case there's anything there. They were very empty today. Take a quick walk toward the linen. Lots of colorful linens today. I'm not looking for anything specific. I usually like to feel each of them, and if they feel like a great fabric or material, I will look at them. Now this right here is a vintage Nightgear loungewear. It's a big fleece open cardigan that reaches the floor. Looks very comfortable. It's not worth purchasing it to refill. That one looks interesting. It's rather thin, so I do not explore it any further. That was in good condition. This piece, here's a Baby Gap pineapple blanket. It's cute. There were smudges on it. I did not pick it up. That blanket was very worn. A few more kid blankets. Then I find a sarong. It is by Liberty House. It's vintage. It's so great for summer. However, the comps were not worth picking it up, so I left it behind. Here is a sweet little blanket for a baby. And then I find what I think is the best find ever. A Beauty and the Beast sleeping bag. Are you kidding me? But the comps show that it is not the best find ever. The last thing that caught my eye was this duvet cover. I could not find any brand, so left it behind. Hey y'all, it is time for my wrap up for my short jaunt into the store. Just kidding, it was a long jaunt. I was there an hour and a half, and I meant to be there about 15 minutes. The store surprised me with a few things I'm excited about. First of all, let's see, what did I get? I got this leopard cheetah print. I think he's a leopard, but my high school mascot was a leopard, so I always lean more toward leopard than cheetah. He was $3.93. I will be looking up comps for you to add to the shopping part of this video, so you can see, and I can see, if I have any profitable items here. Then I think I showed y'all the DeLonghi espresso maker. It was $6.16, but it was a red tag, so I got it for $3.08. I do think there will be some profit in there as long as it's got all the parts. I did not check. Okay, then continuing, I got this Jurassic Park Universal Studios bear. Isn't he adorable? I don't know if he has a date on him. 2017, so not that old. And then I picked up a little Dalmatian. I don't know what to call this thing. I thought it was maybe a snow globe without any snow in it, and it still may be, or it may just be a figurine. If you know for certain, let me know. It says Disney China on the bottom. Obviously, I'll do some research on this when I get home, but I still think it's cute. And a 101 Dalmatian lover. I think I have one more thing in this bag. Oh yes, I am a sucker for souvenirs and touristy things. I have several things from New York City that I just think are wonderful. And what's kind of ironic is that I've never been to New York City, but there are always the things that grab my attention. I think because of the history of the place and all the stories you grow up hearing in the United States about things in New York. But there it is, the Empire State Building. I think it's just beautiful. It's just a little saucer. I don't know if that's a mark or I don't know what that is. Yeah, there's a mark on it. I'll have to look that up as well. Now the last items I'm going to show to you may surprise you because I did not show them, and they surprised me because it's totally out of my comfort range. But these were in the case up front, and when I was checking out, I noticed these. They were $5.45 a piece. I'm not even sure who Lenore is, but these sets were selling for more than that online. This one, I guess, originally cost $14.95. However, I got another one as well. This Lenore set, also for $5.45, and I'm going to, I plan on lighting them together, seeing if I can get a little bit. They're pretty light. I don't know. I'm just trying to expand. This one was $19.95, so maybe it will bring a little more. But together, you know, I hope to turn a profit. Warcraft Battle Chest. For some reason, this enticed me. I don't know if I'll get my money back or not. It will be fun to research. My favorite thing about being a reseller is the actual shopping. I love to find a treasure. I feel like I'm walking in a casino every time I go and looking for the win. And I love the research. I love to also find ephemera and things that tell a story. I think they're very interesting. With that said, nothing I got here today tells a story. Maybe the saucer of the Empire State Building could. I really do prefer vintage items. However, you take what you get and you don't throw a fit. I will try to buy any hard goods or clothes that I think will turn a profit. Thanks for coming with me today on this thrift trip to the Goodwill. I hope you had a good time. I did. I would love if you would subscribe to this channel. I know it is a new channel. I need to do a lot of work on it. I'm trying to learn. If you notice, I only have a measly 2 subscribers, and they're both my family members. So if you would just do me a good and subscribe to this, I'd love it. Thanks. Bye, y'all. Till next time.